Welcome back to the series where we talk about my life while trying to get to level 256 in Pac-Man.
Before we get on to my storytelling part of this series, let me explain what you're seeing on screen right now. So I accidentally deleted 10 minutes of me playing Pac-Man. So I actually beat 2 more levels in Pac-Man than what you saw last episode, which is what I'm trying to write here in the Final Fantasy character naming thing. But anyway, we're going to talk about, for today's theme, we're talking about dreams and goals. DREAMS space AND space GOL. Put the A in between the O and the L. Perfect. Well, I'm going to start with 2 things that are more short term, and then I'll get into long term, which is where it's going to get a little juicy. So in the short run, I've got the classic, get good grades in school, specifically trying to get the all-hailed A in every class, which I'm doing so poorly on that right now, because I don't know if I've actually got, 3 Bs, 4 As, because we have 7 classes, so I've got 4 A's, 3 B's, so that's kind of bad, I guess. My mom said she might ground me if I get a C, which is a little unfair, but whatever, I guess. And the other thing is that I want to try and drive. I want to learn how to drive before the end of the next 12 months, I guess. I'm filming this in October, by the way. I don't know if this will get out in October. Probably come out in November, or maybe even December. This might even come out December. So with the all A's thing, I guess, part of the reason I want to get good grades is because my parents are like, get good grades or else you're grounded, basically. But I mean, like, obviously you gotta do this sort of stuff for your future. You gotta get the good grades to go to college. You gotta get the good grades to get good jobs or whatever. You can put that on your resume, I guess. I don't know. No, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know much about real life. Ew, real life? Get out of here. And I don't know, I mean, I don't really know what getting good grades does for you in the end, in the long run, because I mean, if you're getting a job, who's gonna care if you got a B in like psychology or whatever, unless you're going into a profession of psychology. Like, if you're going to be like, we'll get to this later, but my current goal is to be a editor of film. But if you're going to be that, then who's gonna care if you failed choir in 6th grade, or if you got a really bad grade in AP World, which is what I currently have. It's my worst grade. Actually, I think chemistry is my worst grade right now. So anyway, or maybe I guess Spanish is pretty bad too. But again, who cares? Who's gonna care if you have a really bad grade in those things? And of course, driving. With driving, I obviously want to drive because that's an important life skill, regardless of what you might think. I mean, maybe in 30 years we're gonna get like automatic driving cars or whatever. But for now, you gotta learn how to drive. I gotta learn to drive for those next 30 years until we get those automatic cars. And it's driving is terrifying. I have not my license, but I have my permit, which basically permits you to drive. You don't have a lot of road rights. Like, I guess you have the normal amount, but you can't ride without a licensed adult in the car with you in the passenger seat, and you can't ride at night. I guess those are really the only 2 restrictions, to be honest. But it's still scary, and I've never actually been on the road. I've been around the neighborhood a couple times, and I guess I haven't really been practicing that much, but I still want to try and get it done by the end of the year, because over the summer I'm going to try and get to short-term goal number 3 to get a job. I'm going to try and get a job over the summer, a summer job. I haven't really worked it out right now because, like I said, it's October. I've still got like 8 months before I need to really... 8 months? Like, yeah, maybe 8 months, I don't know. But I've got a long time before I really need to start thinking about it. I don't know, it's not something I really look forward to. But you gotta grow up sometime, you know? I'm really not looking forward to getting a job. It's because I don't know how good I'm gonna be at jobs. Because I'm not a skilled person. I'm not a good person. Well, I'm not. Whoa. I'm not like a competent person. I can't do a lot of things well. So, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna get a job if I can't do a lot of things right. Especially, maybe I can get an entry-level job, one that doesn't really require a lot of skill. But I don't know how I'm gonna get a job as long-term goal number one. Perfect transition, right? A film editor. That's what I'm currently trying to go as. And even then, I don't really know if that's what I want to go be. If I want to do that as a grown man. I guess a lot of teenagers around my age are having these same questions of like, oh, what do I want to do with my life? And it sucks because, you know, if you choose the wrong thing, you're going to be hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. So it's kind of important to choose the right thing. It's like the biggest thing, the biggest decision you can make in your life is what you want to work, where you want to work, where you want to spend, where you want to go to college to learn about where you want to work or whatever. And the most important life decisions are being made around this time. The most important life decisions before your brain has fully grown. Oh boy, society. Am I right, guys? Woohoo! That's a political discussion, though, and I don't want to get political. But I mean, with film editing, I mean, I enjoy film editing a lot in film class. It's my favorite part of the process. I mean, I enjoy planning, too, because I like creating stories. In fact, filming is probably the worst, because it takes a long time, and there's a lot of, you know, things where you're just like, oh, I gotta redo this, repetition and all. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I don't like repetition. And if you mess up a line, you gotta repeat it. I don't know. It's not my favorite. I mean, it's not terrible. I guess I wouldn't mind doing it as a profession, but I would definitely prefer scripting, and more importantly, filming, because filming is fun. I enjoy the the editing process. In fact, my teacher, we had an assignment early this year. It was about like making a Jedi thing, making yourself in a Jedi, and the editing portion of it was supposed to take the full week. So I guess 3 classes, whatever, 4.5 hours. But I managed to do it in 1 class, about an hour and a half. The entire thing that he thought would take the entire week, you know. So that made me feel a little proud because, you know, I blasted through it, and he said it was actually good. He was a little frustrated that I didn't have anything to do for the next 2 days, because he's like, ugh, it's you know, it looks like I'm being lazy, but he knows I'm not being lazy. I've already done all my work, and it bothers him, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, we're at the 10-minute mark, so I'm gonna hop on over to the other deeper stuff. One last thing I'll say about the film editing stuff. Again, I'm not really sure is what I want to do when I grow up, right? Because, I don't know, I enjoy it, but what, like, you know how some people say, you know, the more you do it, it kind of sucks the magic out of it. Maybe I only enjoy it because I only get to do it like 3 times a week. I only get to use that supreme editing software that is Premiere Pro 3 times a week. Maybe it's only fun because of its fleeting nature. You know how they say, yeah, what is it? It's only life is only meaningful because it ends. Well, maybe editing is only fun because I haven't done a lot of it. It's still kind of new to me. I don't know. And I'm worried that even if I do like it, you know, if I have to do that as my job every single day, like chop every day, I'll get bored of it too, and it won't become a fun thing. It'll just be the daily grind. It'll become as fun as going to English classes, which is, I don't know, I worry about that a little. But of course, more dreams and more goals are up ahead, like the goal that is ongoing is to entertain people with what I create. Because as a person who loves to create things, I really like to create things, right? It's one of my favorite things to do. It's why I have so many things that, like, I want to start to get good at, like art. I really want to get good at art so I can create pictures and stuff. I want to get good at, well, to a lesser extent, I want to get good at origami. I don't know, especially filmmaking. I really want to get good at that because I like creating films. I like creating Photoshops. I like creating Mario levels. Like I mentioned that in my video game stories one, but I love to create, which is why my favorite game is Super Mario Maker. Because you get to create your own Mario levels, which, you know, Mario is my favorite franchise, so of course, putting those two things together, favorite game. But, you know, it's nice whenever the things that you enjoy making, you know, also bring joy to other people. Because if it's just bringing joy to you, it kind of makes you feel a little lonely inside, and you're like, wow, what was the point of that? Other than, I don't know, making it. You know, so it's always nice to have some things to show people, which is, I guess, kind of like why this channel exists. I kind of want to show things that I've made to people all around the world. I want the peeps to be entertained. I wanna. If you wanna be my lover, sort of funny. In my pursuit to create, I often push people back. There was a time, you know, whenever I still am a little, like I mentioned in, I don't remember which one exactly, but I've sort of lost my ability to communicate wellly, and I'm getting better at it, right? I don't think I'm terrible anymore, but, back when I was, like, after I'd, like, I don't know, just forgotten or whatever, lost my ability to communicate, I didn't talk to people a lot because, you know, I was like, whoa, I'm bad at this now. Oh, weird. And so I didn't talk to people because I was afraid of, you know, messing up and being weird and being awkward. And in that pursuit, I kept creating stuff. And I really only had a couple people to show it to, which isn't bad. But then, you know, after those people get kind of used to it, you're like, well, who can I show it to? You know, they're not really bringing a lot of joy. They're not bringing as much joy. I showed a lot of that stuff to my mom, who I'm pretty sure only sat through with the later stuff just because it's what the responsible mother would do. But whatever. Yeah, see, my parents are really good, actually. Yeah, I don't know. Entertaining peeps. That's what I gotta do. That's one of my dreams, is to be an entertainer of the masses. Again, sort of kind of why I want to go to filmmaking as a profession. And of course, we've arrived at the last thing, my last dream, my last goal. And, I have saved the best for last. The biggest for last. This is a little embarrassing, but I guess this is sort of why I started the series, is so I can confess some stuff that are a little more personal without the fear of more people coming at it. Above all, above everything else, besides my, you know, want to create, beside my desire to entertain, and aside from my short-term goals as well, I want to be someone. I want to be someone unique. I want to be different than others. I want to be someone that somebody remembers because of how different I am. And it's funny, in elementary school, I'd lie a lot just to be different than the others. If everyone liked the color blue, I liked the color green. If everyone liked dogs, I liked penguins. And I don't know. There's this point I remember vividly in a math class or something. I think it was 3rd grade math. I don't know if I'm making that up. The year at least. But I remember everyone was convinced that the answer was something. And then I was convinced that it was something else. And I'm like, yes, this has to be right. It's different. Of course, I'm wrong. But I was like, you know, I was willing to get an answer wrong just to be different. I'm not that desired to be different that I'm going to purposely fail a test That's kind of stupid, to be honest, but I don't know. It's that desire kind of was born out of that. I just want to be different, and I don't really know why. And I guess that's sort of something that a lot of people want. They want to be unique. They want to be remembered. They want to be, but I don't know. It's not really about wanting to be remembered. I, it's just wanting to stick out. I don't really know how to describe it because I haven't really thought a lot about it. But a lot of the decisions I make, I realize, come out of my desire to be unique and to be someone different. I'll purposely not take advice and go a different route because, you know, it's just I want to do things my way. I want to do it not the beaten path or whatever. It's kind of why I don't want to fall into that trap of like everyone, because everyone, it's like a joke now that everyone's always depressed or whatever, and I refuse to do that. I purposely I become almost optimistic. I'm not optimistic, but I'm overly positive about things, even though if I don't always feel it. I'm just all over the top positive just because I want people to know that I am not like everyone else. I'm not a depressed donkey. I am somebody that is going to stand up against your depressing nature and be different. I and I guess it kind of bothers me that a lot of people do it. But yeah, I'm not depressed, and I certainly won't show any signs even if I were, because that is what the norm is. Wow, I'm actually almost out of time. But yeah, I guess it all boils down to the fact that I want to be unique. I want to make a difference, be a difference. I want to be a difference and make a difference. Very cliche stuff, I guess, but yeah. Thanks for listening. Oh, and also show off how many levels of Pac-Man we got through. Neato. I'll see you in the next time. Bye! First try, baby. Let's go.